Well, hello everyone. I know that there's nobody out there right now. That's okay. My name is Dominic, and I am the owner of this page called Love Hacker. I see that the likes for this page are beginning to grow organically. I am not here to uh, monetize, to sell. I'm here to share some information, some experiences that I've had that really have helped me in my life to create some pretty amazing relationships. Not that you don't already have that. I have been around a while. My story begins several years ago. I was at the San Diego Zoo. And for those of you who don't know where that is, that's in the very southern part of California. And I was walking around as a sailor in the United States Navy, and there were a couple of people at a table, and they had this banner on the front, and it said, "Take a communication quiz, test your communication," something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was. But I sat down, I went up to the table, and they gave me this page of questions to ask, and I sat down and answered all these questions out. Anyway, they ran it through some sort of a machine and came out with these results. And basically, it said, "You are a terrible communicator." And it was at that point I was thinking to myself, "Wait a minute, how have I managed all these years, and I'm now a terrible communicator?" Well, it also gave some reasons as to why, and so. It began the thought process in my brain, like, so, how we talk to ourselves, you get a little bit of feedback, right? So thinking about, so why am I not a great communicator? What's going on here? And I don't want to be that kind of a person. So I started to read and started to explore and ask questions. So I've read hundreds of books by very well-known people, and I have done meditation for years. I've done yoga. I've done it all. I'm still a student of life, of course, and I don't profess to know everything, but I do have a message, and I think that it's a very powerful message. So the purpose of this group is really not to entertain you. It's to give you some insight into developing relationships, not just love relationships. You have relationships with people out there in the world that you know just by chance, at the stores that you go to, places that you work. And so, love is not just limited to a love relationship, although I will be sharing some information regarding love relationships over time. And so, the purpose of this group really, like I said, is not to entertain you. It's really about giving those of you who are interested and curious information that will help you to learn how to communicate and develop relationships that you can feel really, really good about. So, just one little simple example, for example, right? So, we communicate, and a lot of times we have these judgments that it's not the right way. And I beg to differ. I think of it as that we just haven't learned the most effective way for us to communicate. You're a great you. I'm a great me. I'm a terrible you, and you're a terrible me. So the number one thing about communication that I've learned over the years is that communication is a sharing of our essence, of who we are. And if someone, we'll call a fictitious person, or I should say when I go into my head and talk from a place of non-experience or putting on an act to be something that I think that the other person wants me to be, that to me is where everything breaks down. So it's more about me being genuine and being the real me instead of putting on an act. So that's kind of where everything starts in terms of relationships from my experience. I know there's falling in love, there's meeting people and getting very excited about a new relationship, there's long-term relationships, there's family members, and the most important relationship that we have is the relationship that we have with ourselves. So that sometimes takes a little bit of time because we have to answer the question, who are we? Who am I? And to come up with an answer is very difficult. So I'm going to leave it at that. I just wanted to say hi, introduce myself to those of you who have liked this page so far. So here's a short little video to introduce. Again, my name is Dominic. My last name is Serta. I actually live about 30 miles south of downtown Chicago. So I am in my home. This is my office. This is where I reside, and I have been in the personal development world for many years, and have learned as a student and a volunteer, and finally ended up being a facilitator and trainer traveling all over the United States and several parts of the world. I'll get into that later, but the point is I'm here to support and to share, and I hope to see you guys real soon. So this is part of the Institute for Self-Achievement, which is a system that I've created that has 4 pieces: the Love Hacker, Manager Hacker, Goal Hacker, and Mind Hacker. So I'll be expanding on that as time goes by. I appreciate that you like this page. Welcome aboard, and I will talk to you soon. If you ever have any questions, comments, please write them, and I will answer always all of your questions. If not me, it'll be somebody on my team. So take care. Look forward to seeing you soon. Bye now.